Okay, this is playing some weird background music. 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 Okay, this is 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 okay. Let's see if I can get Twitch up without it looping weirdly. Okay, can you hear me and not echo right now? Cool, excellent. Right. You should also, you can see my screen, you cannot see other screens. We have one document that you'll be viewing. Where did I put that channel? Okay. So, we are starting the podcast. And also attempting to explain how REs work to you to make sure that this makes sense and that people who aren't me can port them. So, there are two elements to REs. Hi. Rarity and risk. So rarity is rolled. So an uncommon RE is always going to be better than a common RE, but you do have to roll it first. And then risk, which is chosen. So if you do not like risking your stuff or risking your Tokotas getting injured, you can always pick the safe path that will still exist like it does at the moment. Well, like it did when REs were still open. However, we're trying to encourage you to take a bit more risk. So there are going to be varying degrees of risk, which get you better rewards. This also means that you'll have more reason to apply tack for random events, because that can reduce the impact of the risk, like re-rolling if you get a bad result, preventing injuries, and so on. Apex Luck and Blessed are definitely not going to just give everything as safe any longer. Risk is mandatory, you can just reduce it. Okay. Any confusion about that bit? Okay, I'm not hearing confusion, so let's go. So we have the drop table ideas where basically you get to step up one tier in what the drops are worth by either accepting risk or getting lucky and rolling something rarer. You also have a copy of this because we're going to be using it to port some REs over. I do have a ping. Let's check it. One moment, please. Okay. Cool. So we have some people still going in, so I'll just go over it quickly. There's rarity, where higher is always better. That is what you're going to roll at the start. And then there's risk, which you choose. So that each RE is going to have multiple paths. You can pick the safe path, which is probably going to get more boring loot, but at least you won't lose your rewards from the activity roll. Or you can pick riskier ones and hope your Takota's tack is good enough to deal with it. So, the REs look something like this. You might recognize these ones at the end because they're based on existing REs. I have just stolen them. So that they can be reused, because I think we'd all be a bit sad if we couldn't find a Weeping Bride any longer. She's just going to be a bit rarer. So, these will all be part of the same RE. You just kind of follow paths to get there. We need to figure out how to flesh these out with some more text, but looking at the results, this seems like you're going to be maybe following an interesting scent. And this means... Okay, so you're following a trail. Explore a bit further. Okay, so I'll fill that out with text later. Or if anyone has suggestions... I don't have the example any longer. Okay, let's just port some results. That's easier. So, we have choices here. So Split in the Path has the left-hand path for more mysteries in the forest. And turn back the way you came from. Wait, no. Take the right-hand path or turn back the way you came from. Okay, we'll just keep those two and not have turn back the way you came from. It is a safe one, so this is less interesting. Then we have these choices for Woodsman. Okay. So that is not scrolling nicely. Right, that's better. Okay, now you can see all of them. So the idea is each of the paths you have different levels of risk available. So one of these wants to be safe, one mild, one medium, one high risk. If you have particular ideas which one's which, chuck them in RE ideas in the podcast. I'm just going to have a look at the results to see what might be more interesting. Okay. So that one still has quite a lot of results. That one actually might work as a safe path because it has nothing that happens by default, which is more common with safe paths, and we can just remove the injury. Okay. Okay. We're not putting 25 to 25 sticks on the safe path, sorry. Okay, I think that one's going to be safe. That one seemed to have some shiny things in it, so I'll put it high. Low. Medium. Low, that sounds lower risk than Mysteries in the Forest. Okay. Now we start porting some of the results. Oh, no, not like that. That. Okay. Okay, so bad things happen here. So that one seems perfectly usable. Let's just pop that in the bad section. We don't need maths here because the maths is basically going to be standardized based on the risk level. Medium risk will always be a certain level of risk. I'm not giving those numbers yet. Okay. So, good result. That looks like you're just going to do a bit more of whatever you did originally. So, diving or hunting or caving or whatever. Let's go have a look at the drop table. So that's common medium risk. So, we have a tier 1 activity openable. So that seems an obvious port there. I'm also interested for these in getting some more results for them, particularly for the common REs, because you will be hitting them quite a lot, so having some nice stuff there at random is going to be interesting. And it also avoids knowing the results being too much of an issue, because otherwise I'm just going to rebalance these a bit afterwards. Okay. If you have any ideas for what else could happen here, I will just pop the current options in chat with a drop table. So if you have any other ideas to what could happen here, please just pop them in the RE ideas channel and we can add them in later. And just using the drop table to have a look. So right hand path, looking for someone to put you in the right direction. This has some results. Okay. So we have the random berries is a good outcome. The backpackers camping in the night doesn't really do anything, so that's going away. Unfortunately, with the current system, there isn't going to be a way to have mixed good and bad results. It's just going to be either good or bad. That's really bad outcome. Okay, that seems a bit much to have on a low risk item. So let us adjust. Okay, you can escape quickly losing one of your item. Okay, then we have a common low risk to look up and look for something like food or berries. Okay. How much is food? Okay. So they could give you a cheap edible. One of the basic craftable ones would fit in that level nicely for about 1k in value. Or common produce box. So they could maybe give you some berries or vegetables. Fruit produce box. Okay, that's a common produce box, which I think is not typed, so we're going to reward. What are the tags we're using here? Edible, consumable. Edible, consumable. Under 1k in value. And then we can get that from the value and the tags. Right, so we still need some more reward options for those probably, but that'll do. Okay, next one. We are encountering the woodsman. You're seriously creeped out by the guy, so leave. This has these options. Okay. That is already a no reward, so that can go on the safe path, which just changes to blue, so I know which one it is easily. Okay. We can ignore injuries. We're going with easy. Safe path. And then we're looking for a common safe path reward. Well, it's 1 to 2 trash items, so that's going to fit in quite easily. So, yep, 1 to 2 trash items. We can pick randomly from that. And he'll just throw random activity relevant trash at you. Okay. Oops, nope. Okay, let's grab the result from the... no, we can't use that because that was when you were trying to walk away. He grabbed your arm and hurt you. Okay, we are not going to be having faction points in this, but we can find some other rewards. High reward. So... what would a woodsman plausibly give you from this list? Maybe a crafting bundle? Select crafting bundle as an option. Okay, yeah, we can have random produce. Yeah, there could be things he found, so we'll put that in as an option. Okay. Eight KTT. So I don't think he would necessarily give you a companion, because I imagine that would be his friend, but maybe one likes that you do the traditional fairy tale thing of one likes that you helped him, so now decides to accompany you. Okay, we've got to keep Hank's babies into that. That's adorable. So what fits in there that is... Okay, now the sticks tends to be activity specific. What if he gives you Hank's babies and then you get a cute, adorable creature companion because they think it's cute or something, like a magpie? Do we even have a magpie? Okay, what's the companion tier we have in this one? Okay. Uncommon activity companion. Yeah, we can pop a slotless one in here. Googly-eyed rocks are expensive. If I remember rightly. Which one's the googly-eye rock? Rocky? Yeah, Rocky. Okay, sorry, we are not giving you that much TT out of it. Yeah, okay, what was the slotless companion on this level? Okay, yeah, quest. Okay, yeah, we can put the shiny pebbles in somewhere. Yeah, we can put shiny pebbles in as an alternate outcome for this. So one day I'll remember its control for new line. Okay, how much is shiny pebbles worth? Let's have a look. Also, feel free to ask me questions about RAs and stuff. This is basically just seeing whether streaming them works for getting them done. And also whether it's interesting to watch at all. Okay, so 125 to 150 TT. Yeah, we can give you a couple shiny pebbles at this level, I think. Logs. How much is a log worth? Yeah, okay, similar. So 2 to 5 shiny pebbles, I think. The Taco Teddy is also kind of adorable, so let's keep that and have an alternate outcome for it. Have fun. Okay, cool. Right. Okay, so we need to have some bad things. Okay, so I'm just gonna flesh these out later. So, like, he decides some of the things you found were his and insists on taking them. And then maybe you can't find anything. And he gets upset and hurts you. You can't find anything and eventually need to go home. Then we can use the text from the last section. You leave. Injury. Ice cream truck? Oh, out the window, probably. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the good mic, so we're doing the incredibly sensitive mic instead. Okay, so these were originally hunting specific events that are getting modified to be general, and you uniquely covered animal ID. What's a good animal? Where's the prey list? Hunting price list. Let's have a look for some prey. Okay, so this is common, but let's maybe have a more interesting thing. Let's see what the results are, so I'm not sending you after a giraffe. Okay. Okay, can we do uniquely covered it? We need to check rarity. Right. Okay, so high risk might be able to have brawny and cleverness, I think. So let's pop that in here. Okay. Okay, you let the creature go. Feels like it's going to be safe. Let's make that not. Hunting specific. We might as well put the other things in now. We bite it. Port it. That is low risk, feels low risk, that feels medium risk. Okay, so it should be more dangerous than a fox, the creature. Mountain lion sounds nice. Okay. So common high risk is worth 5 to 8,000, which is going to be way more than mountain lion pearls are actually worth. So we could give you a tier 2 mountain lion openable. That seems reasonable at this point. It's good. We will just ignore the fact that you may well be very getting different things to one single pelt. So we've got that ported. Trade. Sorry. We'll just give you a random trait between those. And injury feels reasonable with this. Okay. So that's safe. Huh. Common and safe. We can't give you the hunter trait as it was originally. Done. We need for something. We can have kind of a you feel good about yourself. Definitely this. Probably you find something like a set. You found a TT pouch. And by the path on your way home. Yeah, we've already got a bunch of things that give you trash on the safe path, so something else is good. 50 to 1000 TT. Okay. So, Portet is low risk, which is mild risk. So you can get 1 to 4 HP tokens this time. Okay. We need something bad that happens. Okay, and then we need a bite at it, which is okay, yep. Definitely gonna keep the oh no, it's Jasper. And medium, I think we can give you a tier 1 fox hunting pouch and just call it there. Yep. So there we are. So let's just copy that. Okay, cool. We have one very basic tier 1 RE. Yep. Okay, let's just check this is highlighted relevantly. Okay. I'll go on to do a little bit more of the uncommon one, and then I'm going to pop this into a shareable format so that we can see if we can get any other additions to the REs. Right, lake cleanup time. Okay. What are our options? Help out with the lake. Head home. Help the investigator on the crime scene. I did not have this formatted wrapped. Okay. That's another one with 3 outcomes, and at the moment I don't particularly want those, so we'll just skip to you definitely weren't here, you know nothing, wasn't there, didn't do it, couldn't stop me. Okay. Okay, let's just do this top section and then we'll stop. Right. That is probably safe. Helping the investigator feels the highest risk. I really don't feel like... I feel like helping out with the lake is at least somewhat risky, because there's plenty of opportunities to get your paw caught on some of the garbage. Go home can be low. Okay, this one is easy. Blue. Okay, 50 to 1,000. We'll just keep it at the same level. So the idea is just kind of standardizing the RE rewards a bit more so that it's easier to just kind of do them without knowing what the rewards are. Let's just wrap this section. Okay. We'll have some random injuries for the risk. That's high risk, so we had some TT last. Wait, oh, we're on uncommon high risk. We're on uncommon now, so that he can give you 500 to 2,000 TT for not helping. And you can get some reasonably shiny things. Uncommon risk. Okay. Double all items does not seem logical at this point. He could give you lots of GT, or we could do some trait tokens. Trait tokens need a little bit of balancing because this is an extra risk level I added in between Kep's existing ones. But yeah, I think he gives you some trait tokens, or a recipe. Maybe you find the recipe when the case goes cold. Help. Because everyone likes trade tokens. Okay. We are now going to have to fill out some like cleanup options. We have the don't help. Okay, so we have uncommon low risk. Okay, you maybe managed to do some more activity on your way back. Okay. Yeah, let's maybe put the sticks result in here. Low risk uncommon. Yep. 2 to 20. Okay, we've got that one. We need some bad things to happen. Maybe something about in your haste to leave, you fall back down into the lake. Okay, what was the other item? For helping out. Okay. That's medium risk, so maybe we give you the 5 to 50 items. And bag to neutral. While you're helping out, some of your catch gets damaged. medium rare clues of items. You can always put in someone's hole. Okay, so we have 1.5 REs done, and I think I am going to call it there. Thank you for joining in the impromptu RE podcast, and hope you have a good rest of your days.